to host another session. So I would say the most important part starts now, the very exciting part. I'm Joanna Broy, I'm representing EIT Health, and it's a really great pleasure for me to host the Jumpstarter final pitch session for digital stream. So we will start with digital. Hope all the teams are already here, that should be here. If not, we will make a quick round. Welcome everyone. Warm welcome to every invited guest. Welcome and huge welcome to the pitching teams, and really congratulations. You've made a great journey this year to come to this final event and pitch your ideas. And I would also like to welcome our jury members. Thank you very much for your time. I would like to introduce okay. I would like to introduce, and excuse me pronunciation, I've tried the whole morning and I will do my best. Neophytos Kolokotronis, Head of Innovation, Product and Service and Foundation. George Planatas, Founder and CEO at Seed Raised. And Mirko Tadic, Risk Venture Program and Deep Hack Lead at EIT Digital. Okay, thank you very much. And we will have today at this session 5 amazing pitches. We will go in the order of Glass, Revive, Sonic Pace, Syntro, and Watch Build. So be prepared for pitching in this order. You will pitch your innovative solutions that you've been working for a long time, and we are really excited to listen to your presentations. Before we start with the first team, some organizational aspects that I would like to tell you about. So the presenter of each team will stand here where I'm standing. There's a X here, so you can feel like an X factor for a moment, for 4 minutes actually. Your pitch will, you have a microphone and a clicker here, so I will try to facilitate it and help you. You will have 4 minutes for your pitch. There is a timer, 4 minutes, so you can have a look. That's why it's a perfect also place to stand. I have to unfortunately be very strict, so I have to stop you after 4 minutes. But after your presentation, you will have 4 minutes Q&A session from our jury members. Again, we have to be very strict with this 4 minutes. During the Q&A session, the rest of the team can also join you, but they have to stand between those lines. It's very important for the camera. So feel free, the whole team, to join for a Q&A session. Do you have any questions? Hopefully not. Are you ready? Yes. Great. I wish you lots of luck. Don't be too stressed. It's really an amazing opportunity for you, and take this also as a next challenge in your development of your solutions and your future companies as well. So if you are ready, I would like to invite to the stage the first presenter, Philotea Favatas from Glass. And Glass is a fashion marketplace, and I believe we will learn more about details. So warm welcome. Let's just check if the microphone is working.
Hello?
Okay.
Is it working? Yes.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Are you ready? Okay, here's the timer, 4 minutes, and good luck.
Thank you. Fashion is a growing 1.4 trillion euro industry that is struggling with inefficiencies. The main reason, we're producing too much of it without knowing if people actually want it. About 92 billion kilograms of textiles are being discarded every single year. This has unimaginable consequences at global scale, from fabric agriculture to people in manufacturing and the global dumping grounds. The crisis is made worse by fashion houses that are struggling, and most of them are being pushed to the edge of bankruptcy. In this crisis, Glass emerges as a digital disruptor on a mission to give these fashion houses the power of speed, distribution, and financial certainty. How? By placing sales ahead of actually producing the items. By doing that, designers on glass can create around a product campaign and reveal information about it, such as where the product has been made, what are the fabrics that have been involved in its making, and reveal detailed information about its finishing. This is creating more than just transactions, but real connections between designers and buyers. It's a lifeline for sustainability, and it elevates product perception. Next, on glass, designers can team up with influencers, tap into their communities, supercharge sales, and achieve maximum distribution, all while selling as much as they possibly can. When it comes to the revenue model, glass operates on a hybrid model. For designers, it combines a fixed fee together with a 19% commission from pre-orders. For influencers, we operate on a freemium subscription model while charging a conventional 13% commission from collaborations. By aligning designer and influencer interests, we align interests, and we make sure that we have the deep insights to ensure a capital-efficient pathway forward. Guided by behavioral science, we're not just selling, we're orchestrating desire. Thanks to our strategic referral system, our community will not just be growing, but would be evolving into an ecosystem with social loops that evolve beyond the checkout. Our plan is to complete the glass MVP at the end of this year, launch it in Italy at the beginning of next year, and by the end of next year, host 300 campaigns and generate about €250,000 in revenue. This is the Glass Powerhouse team. Myself have over 6 years of startup experience in data-intensive industries. I have also graduated with distinction from 2 of the top 10 fashion universities in the world. Mircea, our CTO, has over 10 years leading and scaling engineering and product teams, including at 2 unicorn startups. Nancy, our Chief Marketing Officer, has over 10 years of experience as a lead behavioral science strategist. In the decade he's been operating as a professional, he applied his experience across multiple sectors, including the cyber security companies and in the political realm. Fashion's crisis is urgent, and glass is not just a solution, it's a revolution, creating more market winners. Join us in reshaping the future of fashion. Visit Glass and become a part of the movement. Thank you.
Yeah. Thank you very much, perfect timing. So now we have 4 minutes for questions. Yeah?
Can you hear me?
Yeah, now we can hear.
Philotea, great presentation, thank you. I have a question. So what about the cycle? Give us an example of the cycle. So one creates a campaign on glass, and how much time do you think it will take to launch, to finalize the campaign, get the orders and, ship the orders back? Because we know that fashion is kind of, it's kind of fast and it changes fast.
That's true. And especially the fast fashion industry is the one that's creating that pollution. And we are the counter, the alternative to that. So in some business cases, we have realized that some people are very willing to wait for a product. And actually that builds up on the excitement. So to answer your question, the way it works is like this. A designer creates a product campaign. It inputs all the details it wants to convey to its customers, including the timeline, when the campaign will be finishing, when the shipping starts, like when the production ends, when the shipping starts, and when the delivery will actually happen. So basically, there is also a transparent communication between the designer and the buyer. But the campaign's last standard, it's either 15, 30, or 45 days. And at the end of the day, we cross the line, we see how much the product has sold, and we see what the market response is regarding the product. So it's about sales, not forecasts.
And is there a minimum on how, how much someone will raise in order to produce it?
Absolutely. And that is one of the conditions of these industries. Normally when working with factories, you have to have a certain minimum quantities. And that's where glass comes in and steps in and helps them. Because designers can input a minimum order quantities, and buyers know that if that threshold is not reached, then the product will eventually not get made. But if it does, then they will get it. And they have an incentive to talk to their friends as well. But this is basically helping them to test, if they have 100 ideas, which are the ones that sell, which investments would give the best ROI, and where immediately after having them produced in factories to ship them directly and cash in the product.
I'll have a quick question as well. To me, it sounded a lot like a Kickstarter for fashion, let's say. So what differentiates you from Kickstarter? Why can't these people do this through Kickstarter? And how do you differentiate?
Sure. So basically, the model is not focused just on pre-selling. The key and the secret weapon in it is the fashion influencers who come in. The designers through the platform, they can collaborate with these fashion influencers that are filtered according to certain criteria, like style, audience reach, the budget their audience has. Collaborate with them, and then do that supercharging of sales. Bring the exact people that are willing and are interested in that product to buy it. And in fashion, marketing is key. It's actually arguably more important than selling. So we have the marketing component that is strong as well.
Okay, and one more question. I don't know if Mikko wants to ask something. How do you solve like the chicken and egg? Because as I understand, you are also building a platform where people can collaborate. So how do you solve the issue with designers coming because they have an audience and the audience not coming because they're not designers? So how do you go to market, and how do you generate all that potential?
Sure, that is a problem that most marketplaces have. The input of the fashion influencers is something that we were thinking about in order to ensure a capital efficient plan. So by asking the designers to do the marketing for their campaigns and bringing their buyers on the platform, we reduce our marketing spending. And by having that marketing component, that database of influencers who have access to millions of users, by ensuring they collaborate with our designers on the platforms through network effects, designers bringing influencers, influencers bringing buyers, buyers bringing designers along the way, we create that funnel by which, through network effects, we bring more users to the platform. So that's a strategy that's also for marketing, for designers, bringing influencers along, but it's also helping the community grow.
And unfortunately, we don't have time for more questions.
Yeah, that's okay from my side. Thank you.
Thank you so much. You can put it here. Thank you so much for the presentation and the applause. And the next team offers European companies a digital and automated solution for transparent reporting on environmental responsibility and employment engagement. Super interesting. And now I would like to ask Danuta Krasowska from Revive. You will have 4 minutes. Let's stop the timer until we start. Microphone clicker, and please go to the X. And good luck.
Hello. Thank you. Hi everyone, my name is Danuta Krasowska. I'm a medical doctor and a driving force behind Revive. Please, could you set my presentation?
Let's put timer and presentation. Because timer haven't started, and we can...
So, as a doctor, believe me, I've seen people struggling because of their bad habits. Just think about this. By changing our habits, we could prevent or treat so many diseases. And it's not only about our personal health. Our habits extend to how we treat our environment and society. Imagine this, 73% of the stuff we throw away is causing harm because it's not being recycled. We are hurting our home, and we could do better. Every day, we waste enough water to take 82 billion showers more. It's like pouring water down the drain, while others don't have enough. And a significant of 60% of CO2 emission in Europe comes from using cars instead of more sustainable options like public transport or bikes. So the solution is to build good habits, and I would like to introduce you our product. When you get challenges, focus on society, environment, and health. You compete with your colleagues, you earn points, and you get rewarded for your good habits. Let's dive more into the value of Revive. Imagine Revive like a cool body in your pocket. For employees, it means fun challenges, sustainable education, and support for local communities. While for companies, it means Revive offers like a unique tool to track actions of the employees and generate data for ESG and CSR reporting. Our target market are large and medium-sized companies in Europe under the Corporate Sustainability Report Directive. Our SAM are those companies but only located in Poland, and our beachhead market are 50 pharmaceutical companies located in Poland. And with this strategy, we anticipate a revenue of around 700,000 euros. We have checked both the Polish and global markets, finding no equivalent to our application. The advantage of our application lies in effective habit building. We use artificial intelligence to customize challenges for the employees. Moreover, we have a marketplace with sustainable products from our partners. And this is another source of revenue for us. And just to emphasize, Do Good People, 6 months ago, they didn't have an app, and now they have released one. And this is a clear evidence of the need for our solution. Our business model is simple. It's software as a service. It kicks off at €4.99 per employee per month, and the company covers the costs. In the words of Helen Keller, alone we can do so little. Together we can do so much. I would like to present you the passionate faces of Revive team. Evelina, who is expert in sustainable transformation. Adrian, who is our IT backbone. And me, Danuta, business developer, leading the Revive revolution. So let's agree to take actions, one step at a time. Please scan the QR code. There is a special challenge waiting for you. Together, with the small daily actions, we can make a world where good habits bring great improvements. Thank you for being part of Revive journey.
Thank you so much. You even received some actions to make. Great, thank you. Timer is there. We have 4 minutes for questions. The jury is busy with the challenge.
Okay, the usual suspect. Okay, great presentation. Congrats,
Thank
Danuta.
you.
I have 2 questions. I'm going to start with the first one. Did I see correct that the serviceable, obtainable market is 700K? 700,000 euros, or
Yes, exactly.
okay? Do you believe that this is a big enough market for you to go after? Is this like the sum for a specific part of Europe? Is this the sum for the whole Europe?
Some for those 50 enterprises only in Poland.
Ah, okay.
And this is without counting the fee for an affiliate system in the marketplace.
Okay. So apart from that 50 companies, do you have like a plan to go beyond that number?
Yes, obviously.
Okay. Just checking. Thank
That's
you.
your role.
To stay on the same subject, I saw you're targeting pharmaceutical companies only in Poland. Is that a particular reason you chose that as a first step?
There are 2 reasons. First of all, I'm a doctor and it's easier to contact them. Secondly, it's because pharmaceutical companies are the ones that are under this directive, so they will have to implement those regulations as soon as possible. That's why the pharmaceutical companies.
Then maybe one from my side. First of all, thank you for the presentation and congrats. And continuing with the Neophytos, did you test with these companies already willingness to pay or these numbers that you showed in pricing, and what's the feedback?
We have signed 2 letters of intention with companies. They are willing to test our application, but right now we have only the prototype.
These pilots will be paid, or
Sorry?
pilots, these LOIs should be paid, or just testing the app?
Pilots.
Yeah, I mean these 2 projects with the companies.
We would like to get implementation fee.
Okay. All clear from my side. Thanks.
Thank you, Mirko.
I have one more. So for the end customer, the employee, I would say, can you describe what is the unique selling proposition for an end customer to use your product?
For the employee.
Yeah, yeah.
So, as I said, the employee will get those challenges daily, and he will be in the process of learning and becoming like a great person who cares about environment and society. So it's just not changing his habits, it's also changing his mentality and the working place as well, because some of the actions could be done with the team.
So again, to follow up on that, your idea is the company pays for this for their employees. Are they going to be forced in a way to, like, are they forcing their employees to use this application and do all these benefits, or is it just they're paying for 300 people, but maybe 50 will end up using it? I mean, how do you feel the companies will react to that, like paying for things but don't knowing for sure that, is it just an extra feature, let me put it that way, that they will be offering to their employees? Or are they trying to reach some goals, let's say, and they want their employees to be using it?
And we have 13 seconds for it.
So the company needs to challenge the goals that the European Union states, about the environment, society, and governance. This is why we would like to implement this app. And for employees, what you said was...
How do you ensure that the employees will use this?
Okay.
But I'm afraid we have to...
Thanks to AI and customized challenges.
Okay, and the rest of the answer can be after.
We'll be around.
Thank you.
Thank you so much. You can leave the microphone here. Thank you so much. So now I would like to invite Hussein from Sonic Pace. And in Sonic Pace, they develop distributed, wireless, portable, high-quality audio recording solutions. Take a microphone, a clicker. We will make sure that your presentation appears on TV. Perfect. You have 4 minutes. Good luck.
Thank you. We are Sonic Space. We develop audio hardware and software solutions for amateur musicians, audio engineers, and VR companies. So the main problems that amateur musicians face today are threefold. We have connectivity problems, complicated workflows, and audio quality. Let me expand on that. So by connectivity, I mean there are lots of cables which have to run through your instruments to your hardware box, and between your hardware box to your computer that you actually record, so people don't want to deal with that. Complicated workflows. Amateur musicians have to deal with a lot of complicated hardware to get their audio right, but even in that situation, your audio quality may not be so nice in the end, ready for prime time. So we would like to solve these problems by our minimum viable product, which we call Sonic Space Create. It's basically a combination of a hardware box and an audio software, a mobile software, which people use. So take this use case scenario. We have Hakan, who plays the guitar. He connects his guitar to Sonic Space box and his headphones, and shoots up his Sonic Space app. And also we have Asya, who is a keyboard player. She connects her keyboard and her microphone as well as her headphones to our box and shoots up her software. Then they record together, they make music together, and the video is collated and uploaded to a video on demand service such as YouTube or Vimeo. So we promise fully in-sync recording, scalability, real-time monitoring opportunities, and high-quality audio and video as a result. So our main customer value proposition is significant reduction in content prep effort. Right now, amateur musicians have to spend 2 hours per half an hour of content, and we would like to reduce that 8-fold, and we would like to get down to 15 minutes of prep time for creating content ready for prime time. So our business model involves selling wireless portable audio recording devices to amateur musicians. And once we have enough traction, we're going to expand our business model to include also audio software developers who are going to sell audio effects software through our marketplace, and we're going to get 25% per license sold through our marketplace. So that's an expansion of our model. Our strategy, our long-term strategy involves 3 different stages. Sonic Space created for amateur musicians, then we're going to build on top of that platform for professional audio engineers. So we're going to develop a fully professional audio recording system. And finally, and that is where we really want to be, that is Sonic Space Immerse, that's going to target immersive content creators of tomorrow for immersive productions, immersive opera, or immersive theater, and immersive music experiences. So our beachhead market is a huge market, which is musicians in Europe. That's a €1 billion market. We're targeting 1% of that market. And when we have Sonic Space produced, that's going to be audio engineers. And finally, in 10 years' time, we're going to target the immersive content market, which is going to be much larger even on what is given on this slide. So we would like to make, and we're planning to make, in excess of 8.5 million euros per year once we get there, based only on our hardware sales, and that's going to be expanded further. Again, that's going to obviously take some time, but that's our plan. So we would like to increase access to music education, democratize access to digital music sector for everyone, and contribute to EU's digital agenda and European agenda for music simultaneously, and promote cultural diversity in Europe and beyond. We have substantial experience. We have access to IPR, music professionals and industry experts, and our prototype software is already there and tested. So here is our team. We are 2 professors and 2 PhD candidates with world-class expertise in audio and design, and we aim to revolutionize the way that audio recordings are made. Thank you very much for listening.
Perfect timing to the seconds.
Yeah.
And yeah, I always wanted
Well
to
rehearsed.
become a musician, but the cables, it just stopped me.
Oh,
So,
we're going to solve that.
so yeah, thank you. Still chance for me. Okay, if you can, go to the timer, 4 minutes for questions.
Yeah, I'll go first. Congrats on your presentation and the
Thank you.
idea. I have 2 questions. One is, am I getting it right? You're developing both software and hardware, or so? Okay.
That is correct, yes.
Okay. Because for me, hardware always complicates things. How do you make sure that the hardware is available? It has a very low margin for profit. Usually, hardware. Like, why do you choose to build something custom? Is it something technical happening in the hardware you're providing that is different from competition?
Yeah.
And why hasn't anyone built this before?
As a matter of fact, this project, well, our startup idea was born out of an academic project, a high-profile academic project on immersive audio. So there was a big problem there to record multiple microphones for generating an immersive sound experience. And there we were using, I don't know if you can go back to my slides, but there was another slide showing exactly that scenario. And we had 190 channels on stage at a concert hall. And there were lots of cables, so everyone was complaining about the cables, not from everything else but that. So that only requires, for that kind of a complicated scenario, that only requires a hardware solution coupled with appropriate software. And we were thinking, okay, so would anyone else buy that if we started from a little bit earlier so that we can, make our company live, to see the stage where we develop something, an end-to-end solution for immersive market, and that was our starting point. And obviously, hardware is definitely going to be needed for that purpose. Look at this microphone.
How do you solve the initial capital issue? Like, to develop hardware, you usually need.
Yeah, of course. So, there's a national program in Turkey, and we applied to that. There is a seed fund. We were told that we were going strong that way, but the results are not out there yet. So we're, fingers crossed, we're still waiting for it.
Thank you from my side for the presentation as well. Continuing again about the hardware, aside from supply chain and materials availability, how you assure your IP protection, and what stops somebody, as I think Neophytos inclined, that when it's scaled on the market, I don't know, in China or somewhere else in South Asia, that this device is copied and then brought into the market probably cheaper. How, let's say, solid is your IP on the device itself?
Yeah, we don't have an IP on anything on our MVP, as a matter of fact, but we have IPs for later stages of our work where we are going to think about immersive audio. We have 2 patents protected in the US, Japan, and Europe. And for the rest, obviously, we don't have any protection. But it's hard to tell, really. I mean, anything can be copied, as you know, elsewhere, which is probably a problem for every and any idea which can be thought about.
Okay, thank you very much
thank
then.
you.
Good job. Thank you so much, very interesting topic. And now there's time for our next presenter. Are you ready? Yes. Are you ready, guys? Yeah. So, I would like to introduce Wojtek Śmigel from Syntro, developing AI-powered repository sharing platform. Super interesting. Presentation should be there in a second. Can we have slides? 4 minutes. Good luck.
Thank you. Hi, my name is Wojtek. I am a co-founder and CPO at Syntro, a startup aiming to provide AI-powered data access and collaboration to life science researchers. The problem that we are facing and trying to fix is that 80% of data generating during research is never used again. That contributes to the reproducibility crisis in science. Only 46% of top preclinical cancer drug research was successfully replicated. What that means is that over half of potential clinical trials could be started on assumptions that are untrue, leading to millions of euros being wasted. The solution to this problem is to make data findable, accessible, interoperable, and reusable. FAIR is a set of principles that allows for any type of research to generate data that can be properly reused later on. Syntro is a platform that allows users to create and share metadata-enriched repositories and interact with them with natural language. There are 3 pillars to Syntro, the first one being project repositories. Repositories are created by plugging into existing data and services of our clients with very little client input necessary. The second pillar addresses the collaborative nature of science. We will be providing a human-accessible view for key data types scattered across different services. And third pillar, and the most important, is the AI interface, the key to our value proposition. The user has to only ask a question, and Syntro, based on the information in the repository, will generate an answer that is traceable and the correct meaning is preserved. What that means in practice is that the user no longer needs to understand the underlying data structure to efficiently access the information. This translates to our competitive advantage. Competing solutions verify data by forcing a particular data structure onto their clients. We don't do that. Syntro is a compatibility layer that applies FAIR principles on top of non-FAIR data without disrupting the existing workflow. Our innovator clients are small R&D enterprises and CROs, followed by public and private research institutions, and then mid to large biotech and pharma companies. Taken together, those customer groups, they add up to approximately 3.5 million users worldwide, 2 million in EU and US, and we're targeting 24,000 at the end of year 5. Right now, we are completing our MVP and closing on 3 pilots. The first pilot is slated to start in February and will be followed by 2 pilots with large research institutes housing 600 and 250 potential users respectively. By this time next year, we would like to have at least 182 users on our platform. The cool thing about Syntro is that impact on early R&D can be felt in multiple verticals. We are developing Syntro with pharmaceutical, food, and material sciences in mind. Research groups that implement Syntro will be able to better use their existing data, make more data-driven decisions, and in turn greatly increase their efficiency. These benefits also translate to novel technologies being developed faster. Syntro is developed by a team with experience in experimental sciences, in business, and in IT development. It's really cool for us that we get to develop a solution to a problem that we know, we experienced, and yeah, thank you very much. Yeah, find us online.
Perfect timing again. Thank you so much. And I think you brought a huge group here. So we have now 4 minutes for questions. If we can put the timer on. Perfect. 4 minutes.
Great, maybe I can start now. First of all, congrats on the presentation. What's your beef with the round numbers? Why 182 and not 200 or
Yeah,
150?
we were just calculating but we are actually hoping for more, as we are already talking to 600 people in one organization and 250 with others, so probably we'll be able to reach more. So this is like a minimum, let's say, for us. How we call, yeah.
With these two pilots, have you already discussed about what happens if the data goes behind the paywall for some reason, whether in terms of that research has been published or protected by IP, and then, let's say...
We are working, and the access that we are requesting for our clients is for their internal data. So it's for their internal knowledge bases and existing data that they are the owners of. So we are essentially that problem doesn't exist for us, I think. Yeah.
Okay, clear. You were going from the other side of the fence, so yeah, you will never cross it if they don't cross it. Clear. Thank you.
Hello. I have one question. Maybe I missed it because it was a bit too fast. About the pricing and how do you?
Yes, so we are.
Who do you sell to?
Yes,
and how do you sell to? Is it
so we
like
are
once-off? Is it a subscription model?
Yes, so we are pricing our solution at 200 euros per person per year. So we are selling it as a SaaS solution with annual subscription. And we are also hoping to charge more for bigger organizations like pharmaceutical companies. And we are also charging implementation fee to implement our solution into bigger organizations.
To pre-process their data, essentially.
How does that scale, though, if you are more customly involved, let's say?
So at the beginning, of course, we develop more together with our clients and want to, and we'll be developing specifically for their internal needs. But in time, as we build up a portfolio of integrations, because that's essentially what Syntro is, a set of integrations to take the data in, it will become more and more easier for the client. It will be a high probability that the service that they're using is there, and then the process in time will be more on the client side than on the other.
It's amount of software that is used by pharma companies, right?
Congrats on the presentation of the product.
Thank you very much.
Quick question. So how difficult it is for you or for the company to deploy the service actually into the client?
So it depends on the type of client. Smaller clients, they tend to have, and earlier companies, they tend to be a little bit more welcoming to the idea that the solution is in the cloud. And then we plug into for example, their clouds, right? So if they have a service with the cloud provider. For larger institutions, and this is a plan for the long term, we will be planning for on-premise deployments as well. This has to, essentially, we have to grow up to this technologically to be able to do this.
Time-wise, how much time would it take to deploy? I mean, to land a client from, identifying the client and
So with a small organization, it's a shorter time. I would say that up to 3 months. But with bigger organizations, it's a longer process. Yes. So at least 6 months, I would say.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Thank you so much. Thank you very much also for the great teamwork with the Q&A session. Great. So it's actually time I'm very sad, but it's time for the last pitch for the digital stream. So I would like to welcome Aya Hermane Sabule from WatchBuild, tool tailored to empowered medium to large design. Are you ready?
Yes, for sure.
You shouldn't be.
Not really, to be honest.
Okay.
Not really.
Good
For the great audience, why should I be?
Of course. 4 minutes. Good luck.
Okay, thank you. My name is Aya, and I'm delighted to present you WatchBuild, where we create a real-time construction site monitoring system for the general contractor. Construction is a super complex project management where too many parties are involved at the same time. Unfortunately, at least 50% of the construction sites are managed still with manual methods that are true 20 years ago. As a result, the construction companies, and actually all of us, we are facing the challenge that construction projects are delayed. This means that the construction is overrun their budgets and basically losing all of their profits. At the same time, we are all living in AI next generation era. Most of the industries can be digitalized, and we are confident that this can happen also for the construction industry. As a result, we are building a patent-pending solution of hardware and software to monitor the construction site. The hardware that consists of time-of-flight camera and bunch of environmental sensors will take the real-life data from the construction site. Further, our AI-powered software will work with data and generate the fully automated status report. As a result, our site manager, instead of actually running around the site and doing the status reporting, would take our daily report, spot the problems and mistakes in the construction site, fix them, which will result in savings of costs, improved profitability, and for sure, the satisfaction of everybody who actually orders the construction project. Our target customer is European Union design and build general contractor with initial focus on Scandinavian market. And with the very recent news, we have actually 4 companies, not 3, as it is here in the presentation, that are ready to do the tests once our demo devices are ready. Our business model consists of 2 parts, charge for the hardware and further subscription of the usage of the software. The market in Internet of Things is growing rapidly by 13.9% on average. It is expected to be 8 billion market by 2028. For sure, there are competition out there. Very nice solutions, but none of them offer the fully automated experience that we are aiming to have in our solution. As per financials, we aim to get at least 500 customers that will generate 10 million of revenue by 2028. With respect to impact of digitalization, for sure, we digitalize our clients. We also digitalize those that are working as a subcontraction companies in the construction site. Nevertheless, the ultimate beneficiaries will be all of us, which will benefit from the projects being delivered on time. Civil engineering, hardware and software development, as well as management and finances are the key knowledge held by our team members. We share the vision to bring construction management on a new advanced level. I'm confident that this team will bring WatchBuild to overall success. We currently build our demo devices that should be ready somewhere end of this quarter, beginning of next quarter, and we will do the tests with them. We aim to launch our MVP by end of 2024. Early next year, we will be also raising 300,000 euros of investment to build our MVP and get first paying customers on board. Let's be green, be digital, and be on time. And let's chat if you want to improve the construction.
Thank you so much. Now we have time for questions.
Aya, congratulations for a nice presentation.
Thanks.
Can you tell us a little bit more, how will you charge the clients? Because it was very fast, didn't manage to see that.
Okay, so basically they have to purchase the hardware. First we have like our own developed the hardware, but eventually we want to become a hardware agnostic solution so they can use any hardware that they want. The brilliance is in the software, and that is the charge as a subscription as a service. So basically this is €8 per helmet on the site.
And the hardware, do you have any calculation how much the hardware will cost?
We aim to get it 50 euros, but for sure currently it's slightly more expensive, but we have talked, like we won Infinium Technologies challenge to develop the hardware, so we actually very much count on their help as well.
Thank you.
I have one question regarding the competition. Do you know what's the percentage of the current companies that are currently using some software to manage all this? Like, is it all the companies use some form of this software, or is it just a small percentage?
In reality, it would very much depend from a market. Let's say in Germany, they use like none, close to none. They all like A1 size papers because of current awareness of digitalization. In Scandinavia, most of them use, which eventually, knowing that the market is super competitional and the margins, I am a CFO of a former construction company, the margins are this thin, which means they have to do something with the digitalization, other they are out of the market eventually.
So your target is to go to the companies that currently don't use any software, not the ones that already have some competition.
The first test for sure is more easy with those that are aware of the digital solutions, but eventually for sure the German and French markets are the biggest, so we will educate them and eventually get them also digitalized somehow.
Good, thank you.
Thanks from my side as well. I also was a little bit too fast for me. Can you just go back a little bit in the timeline of the development of the hardware product and then when you plan to launch this test?
Okay, so we started early this year. We are currently putting together both the hardware and software, and first demo devices should be ready, let's say in January, because Christmas is usually a time when nobody works, to be very, very honest. Even startups sometimes want to work, but it's not going to work very efficiently. But then first quarter will be testing with our clients, and then eventually, according to what we learn from the tests with the clients, we will build MVP and basically launch into the market somewhere end of next year.
I'll ask one more. I think we have time. So again, because it was a bit too fast. Compared to the competition, what do you do differently? How do you differentiate?
Our solution offers fully passive acquisition of data. Current solutions means that either you need to install something like this device that actually takes the things and then you need to carry it out because you need to capture everything, or there should be a separate person who actually does this walkthrough, which means actually additional work. We talked to one Scandinavian company, they just hate this work. And we put those hardwares on the helmet of the people who actually work. So it's no additional job for them.
So have you tested this in real-time environment?
We have initial tests with not fully ready hardware, but just a scanner, and it basically works. The only thing is to add those environmental place where the person is located. So first tests are done.
Great. If there's no more questions, and we only have 7 seconds.
Perfect timing.
Perfect timing. Thank
we
you so
need to be on time eventually. Thank you.
Thank you so much. Congratulations for really amazing pitches. I think you earn a huge applause from everyone in this room for your pitches. Thank you once again, jury, for your amazing input to this session and the questions. If there are any more questions, soon there will be coffee break and you can mix with the team still. Now, the exciting time actually waiting for the best of the best, but you are really all the best that you came here today and that you managed to give such amazing presentations. Now I would like to invite you for a coffee break. Organizers also asked me that after the coffee break there will be a bell ringing showing you that you should go choose one of the rooms and enjoy the pitches of other teams in different streams. Thank you so much. For the jury, one of my colleagues will guide you now to the secret room downstairs for even more discussion about the teams. Don't be afraid. Thank you so much, and we see each other hopefully during the next session, which in this room will be raw materials, and at the final. So welcome at our next session. I'm Joanna Broy. I'm representing EIT Health, and as Health, I'll be super interested actually about your raw materials innovative solution. And it's really a great pleasure for me to host the Jumpstarter final pitching session exactly about the raw materials stream this time. Welcome everyone. I would like to give a warm welcome to every invited guest, to our pitching teams. Really congratulations, you went for a great journey to this day in beautiful Athens. And I would like to also give a great welcome to our jury members. And today our jury members are Nikola Ognenowski, Portfolio Manager at BAU Accelerator. Huge applause. Then Evangelos Kosmidis, founder and head of business development at Draxis Environmental. And Mikko Korhonen, business development manager, EIT Raw Materials. Thank you very much for your time. And today, at this session, we will actually listen to 6 teams, 6 pitches. And we will go in the order of, we will start with Access Earth, then Critical Hydro Mineral Calculator, Deep Waves, MedVision, MindView, and Tube Tailings. So be ready for your time at the stage. And before we go to the first team, a few organizational aspects. You will be standing, and I would like to ask you to stand here where I'm more or less standing at this X, so you can feel like in X Factor a bit for 4 minutes, because you will have 4 minutes to pitch. You will have your slides here. You can also see this at this screen. Next to the screen, there's timer. Unfortunately, I will be very strict with time. When you come, you can pick your microphone and clicker here, and after the pitch, please don't run away. We've just put it back here. And after your pitch, the jury will have also 4 minutes for Q&A session. Also, there will be a timer, and I will be strict with the time. For a Q&A session, if you want the rest of your team join the stage, feel free to do so, but please stand between those 2 lines just for the camera, okay? Do you have any questions before we start? Okay, then are you ready to start? You are full of energy. That's really great. Don't be stressed. It's super amazing atmosphere here, I can really assure after the first session. So first of all, from my side, good luck. And I would like to invite to the stage Ali Sheb from Access Earth Geology. And in the company, in the team, they are developing advanced AI analyzes vast database like satellite, geophysical, and geochemical data. Super interesting. Please take the microphone and clicker. The timer is already there. In a minute, you will see the slides. Perfect. Are you ready?
Yeah, sure.
Are you stressed? I don't think so. Okay, good luck, and you have 4 minutes.
Thank you. Ladies and gentlemen, good afternoon. Today, we are here to introduce a solution that enables European exploration of critical and strategic raw materials through deep technology. So, challenges are everywhere, like keeping biodiversity, sustainability, and mainly securing strategic raw materials. But no worries, that's why we are here. Access Air Solutions integrates geophysical data, satellite data with high-resolution drone data using advanced AI technologies to enhance mineral exploration and urban development. And already our app is available on Google Play. You can download it and enjoy the features of Access Earth. So, about our market segmentation, we are targeting international market of mining sector, infrastructure development agencies, and national geological surveys. We already start to build the connections in Africa and Middle East, and our first market segment will be Saudi Arabia. Because Saudi Arabia's Vision 2030 includes significant financial investment in the mining sector. of course, and the Southern Europe will be our first market segment with Saudi Arabia as well. So, why Saudi Arabia or other customers should ask our service? Simply because we have a customer value proposition. We reduce time, costs, and increase accuracy because Access Airs users will use already processed data compared to the current solutions that needs a lot of time and efforts for handling raw data. We have 4 main revenue streams, mainly processed data sales. As you can see, the circle reflects the percentage of our revenue, besides some license subscriptions and from data monetization and the premium AI models as well. So statistically, as you can see, license revenues and data sales is expected to exceed 400,000 euros by 2025 and more than million euros in 2026. Our competitive advantage compared to our competitors, Access Airs integrates several data sets, the only available cloud-based application with AI technology, of course, with a reasonable price. But the trick is here. This is just a cover. However, our core benefits come from processed data sales. We have several milestones, and we already achieved the first one, which is a prototype. The second one, IB applications, selling the app to Saudi Arabia and Southern Europe, developing the second and third version of our app, and the latest one by 2028. Oh, Cross Cake added value. Yes, Access Airs is a spin-off, Cloud AirSI and Boss Talent, which are funded by EIT High Initiative and EIT Tech Talent, so we are directly contributing to the new European innovation agenda. Also, we are mainly contributing to raw materials through securing raw material supply and designing lighthouses. Ladies and gentlemen, we have to develop our technology with our hands, instead of relying on others. Also being a digital platform contributing to Europe to pave the way to lead the new deep tech wave. Also to urban mobility. That's how Access Airs could help in rebuilding Ukraine. Who we are, Muhammad, Ali, Omar, supported by Professor Tamir Abu Alam. Our aim is developing cloud-based platform to enhance mineral exploration. Our financial target is 400,000 euros by 2026. Our vision is by 2030, Access Airs will lead the virtual reality. Thank you so much.
Perfect timing. You can stay. We even have few seconds more. Yes, Tim. Perfect teamwork, even the same outfit, right? Great. Now we have 4 minutes for questions.
Okay, thank you. Very interesting. I understand you have developed software and algorithm to assess and analyze the data. Where do you get the data? How correct is the data? I saw some satellite data, drone. Are you going to fly the drones all over the Saudi Arabia yourself? Can you please elaborate where you get the data from?
Thank you so much. Yeah, this is a very good question. Actually, we are researchers and we have like 30 publications about this. So we get the data from free sources or buy it from some repositories like geological surveys. So right now we are working with the free data sets. The drones will be on order. If the customer asks to cover certain area, okay, if you pay, we'll do a drone mission. So that's our plan.
Okay, thank you. A follow-up question. In the beginning, you were addressing the European challenges.
Exactly.
It relates to the raw material,
Yes.
the rare earth elements, for instance.
Yes.
But then your beachhead market is Saudi Arabia.
Perfect.
And mining sector there.
Yeah.
This is a bit paradoxal. Can you elaborate the approach here?
Of course, thank you so much. As you know, as a startup, we are looking for the financial power, especially at the early phase. Saudi Arabia has a vision in 2030 and they put significant financial power for this. So we depend on them at the first market with the Southern Europe. Our first market will be Saudi Arabia and Southern Europe.
Yeah. Just a small comment that our approach that we have published in scientific publications was really effective in the deserts area, which is Saudi Arabia is a part of this, and also the southern part of Europe is also effective. So we want to gain reputation and secure financial resources. So we want our approach to be 100% perfect in the first stage.
Hello from my side. The question is, maybe you had it in your slides and I missed it, but what is the plan, the financial plan for the next 5 to 10 years? What's the target you have? And following up on that, what is your go-to market strategy? How do you plan to access all these clients? I mean, Saudi Arabia, I guess, is just one case, but how do you plan to go to the rest?
Yeah, thank you so much. This is also one aspect of why we selected Saudi Arabia, because we already built connection and get promises that we will receive funds through our app, and we already have some connections there. The first part of the question.
Target. What's the target, the financial target?
Yeah. The financial target was, as we just mentioned, 400.
Okay.
Yeah. Here, yeah, as you can see, by 2026, 400,000 euros, and more than 2 million euros by 2030. Yeah. Thank you.
Okay, I have a related question with my colleague about the go-to-market strategy, but more directly, what is your approach, how you approach your potential customer? You mentioned mining and infrastructure industry, but what is the way, how is your plan to approach to them?
Yeah, thank you. Nowadays, personal connection and conferences. In the next step, it will be marketing. We will go to the exploration companies, offer our product, and see. Yeah. Okay.
Just a small comment that we are planning to participate in some exhibitions or some conferences or workshops related to mining sector, so that we can make a promotion for our product. So our main target is to gain reputation for the prototype, and then we can build a connection with others, like mining companies.
Nice matching pants, by the way.
Oh, thank you so much. Thank you.
Thank you. 1 point more for the evaluation. Thank you. Thank you so much. Great. I hope it wasn't too stressful to start. Now, let's invite Maria Curillo from Critical Mineral Calculator. And I believe we will learn more about oil mining expertise and stuff. So here is your, we will just make a change. Let's wait for the slides, and you have 4 minutes.
We are Critical Hydro Minerals Calculator team. I'm Maria from Ukraine, and we provide service, very fast service of assessment and valuation of critical raw materials as byproduct. Within oil and gas project, geothermal project, and other fuel and solid minerals project, where we have water formation and we can assess them. Our main customers are, first of all, oil and gas companies, where they have oil field with a depleted oil field with a water saturation increasingly rising, water saturation more than 80%, and another type of customer, exploration company, but not only them. Our beachhead market is a Ukrainian and European oil and gas company, first of all, exploration company. We start from 5 the first year, but then we increase in several times, but we have fast entered to the market only 3 months, and we have already preliminary agreement with our largest Ukrainian oil and gas company, Naftogaz and DTEK, for our software testing, and also testing within Solotvin and geothermal project, new project within Ukraine, Transcarpathian region. And also we have a great plan for global expansion. Our assessment, we provide with software of quantity, quality, assessment, valuation, and technology selection, and project valuation in monetary form for a decision maker in oil and gas company or other company. And we deal with such critical metals, and not only metals, with good demand and market and high price. Our value proposition provided with provided increasing in profitability due to additional commodity, production of additional commodity. The second point is increasing lifetime for depleted oil and gas field, and reduction of operating cost due to formation water utilization. So we have a good financial because we start with a low level of operating cost. We needn't high capex and have a good profitability. And our assessment provide comparing traditional way producing of critical raw materials, very fast period and sustainable way of exploration and development period, only 1 year comparing 5 years in traditional way, decreasing of water volume utilization, and decreasing the environmental impact with an extraction of toxic element, such critical metals as rubidium, cesium, strontium is toxic, and our customer can include and would like to include our result of assessment to their environmental, social and government report. And our competitive advantages is fast enter to the market and strong connection with potential customer, because as a rule, oil and gas company, industry and mining industry and metal production has own separately way to development, and we mixed such production, and also our
I'm really
team.
sorry, but we have to finish. But I
Thank
believe
you.
our jury can help us a bit here with specific
Okay,
questions.
no worries, no worries. If I may start, thank
So
you.
let's let's start the timer for 4 minutes.
Anyways, thank you for the presentation. I would like to ask, what is the problem? What is the pain? I kind of miss it. I didn't see in your presentation that. What is the pain your customer today has? You mentioned the oil and gas and the exploration. Is the pain same, or do they have the different pain? And the other thing I was missing on your presentation is the competitive landscape. What is available today? How you are you any superior on the available solutions today? Can you please elaborate these two questions? Thank you.
I can return? No, I cannot. Our main customer, oil and gas company, big companies that have a lot of permission and field, as a rule has a lot of depleted field with very little lifetime to final their exploitation, but they have a lot of volume of water formation, and this water formation can include, and as a rule, they include critical metals in different concentration, but for start extracting these metals, we have to assess. We have to give not only quantity, quality, but also technology and valuation information to decision maker, and then they have good opportunity to expand lifetime of depleted oil and gas field. It's the main pain of them.
So how they solve the issue today? What's the competitive landscape? Anyone solving the problem today, and are you any better than?
Indirect competition. There is no direct.
So there's no competition on the market.
You know, maybe you right, because as a rule they haven't so seriously accessed their water formation. It's true, because it's only pain for them. It's they looked at this water formation as opportunity. Because mining industry know a lot and everything about critical raw materials and metal. But if you tell if you have some discussion with oil and gas geologists and representative of the industry, they don't understand. But recently they become very interesting in that. because we have firstly new project, geothermal project with such approach. So we have to expand. It's easier to do on new project, but for depleted field, it's very interesting. It's a value, high value added value for them.
And what is the cost model? How do you charge this? How do you make money from that?
We have two basic conditions for annual assessment of oil and gas field, and one time or several time assessment condition for exploration company, because they have different operation. And we start from OPEX on level 30,000. Only 30,000 we start, but then we expand.
Thank you very much. Unfortunately, we don't have time for more questions. Congratulations. So now time for the next team. Next startup is actually focusing on revolutionizing the natural resources, explorating and mining industry. And I would like to huge applause for Samir from Deep Waves. You can stand here. I'll move. Let's wait for slides and 4 minutes.
Okay, so currently, currently, most of the mining companies have one issues, like they are relying on the public data set and the best guess of local experts to locate the sites. But most of them are facing one common issue, the drilling success rate. Out of 100 wells, there is most probably we can get 1% of success rate. So, but the demand of critical minerals in 2021 is 27%, which increased to 66% in 2022. So there is a huge gap between the supply rate and the demand rate of critical minerals. So we want to provide one solution to provide the best site for drillings to avoid any kind of drill failures and the best productions for the critical minerals. So we are planning to use deep waves from the seismics, mainly geophysical data sets and the geological data sets to combine one comprehensive 3D image to locate best site for different minerals. So here is currently the beachhead market has 2.6 trillions global mining and raw material market, and they spend 90 billions per year on the mining equipment. So in 2025, it's estimated they will spend 18 billions for mining explorations. On the other hand, if we use the AI and machine learning exploration tools, it will reduce the cost up to 20%, which is equal to 1.8 billions. So first, our deep waves will reduce the cost up to 20%. So, and beside the cost, we want to have more accuracy. So compared to the conventional explorations, the discovery from the deep waves is 100%. We will choose one site, we will drill one site, and we are trying to make sure there will be possible locations of deep minerals. So here is it will save our time, money, and possibly cost. So here is how it could be looks like. So here is the one maps that is we can propose which site has the copper and which site where we can find the nickels and which location is most probably for different kind of minerals. So impact assessment is the main challenge we want to solve by using the deep waves is we want to reduce the exploration cost and we want to increase the new qualitative discoveries rather than spending too much time and money on the drilling sites. So we are supposing it will save up to 25 to 80% of capital expenditure savings. So we are currently having collaboration with the different PhDs and postdocs, even I'm a PhD student, so to combine the academic and industrials to have better problem solving techniques. So there are multiple competitors from North America like Cobalt Metals and Earth AI from Canada. So how we want to have, what's our market strategy? We want to have first partnership with the different companies and attend some different events and media sites. And then of course social media is everywhere, so we want to advertise our tools. So business model is like we want to have the subscription project and the software based. And the second, we are estimated like we can get the profit up to 8 million per year based on the cost that we spend on the drillings. So here is our team, which have the multiple PhD geophysics from different fields, computer science, geophysics, geology, and one professor from that will, like a full professor that will guide us. Oh, that's all. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much. Perfect on time. Now we have 4 minutes for questions.
Thank you. Very interesting indeed. First question, are you direct competitor to Access Earth?
Oh, sorry?
Are you a direct competitor to Access Earth? The first presentation today.
Oh, no, actually we are having the, not using the Access Earth. Actually, we are mainly target on to reduce the drilling loss that we want to more accurate the drilling sites, not overall regions. To find, okay, we can find there is a potential zone of critical minerals. We want to drill at a precise locations to get more productions.
So the same question, I repeat the same question as for the Access Earth, that where do you get the data?
For data we have already, mostly there is public data where they have drill sites. So we want to utilize again the same data sets to make sure how we can improve our models. Then we can enhance what is the, where they have the where they face the drilling failure. So we can compare and improve our models to avoid the drilling failure and learn from the drilling success.
Okay, thank you. My final question is a bit into the details.
Yes, sure.
About your market estimation. You had an estimate for the overall exploration work. And then you assume that 20% will go to artificial intelligence, machine learning. Where do you get the 20%? Is it your own assumption or based on a publicly available?
It's like a mix of own assumption and public statements, because if we compare with the drilling sites, they spend a huge amount of money and there is success rate is much lower and they spend a huge amount of money. But in our case, we will use the same data set, but we will avoid to having the drilling failures. And we will focus on, it will help us to reduce the cost on different wells, but to spend money on specific wells and get the output.
Not sure if I got it, but thank you.
Oh, sorry.
I would like to ask, are there any clients now, and other than that, what are you seeking? Are you seeking for funding? Are you seeking for strategic partnerships? Or what is the next step?
We are currently looking for partnership, because this is at a very initial stage. So we want to improve our models so we can learn from each other, from geophysical, geological model, and to learn why there is a drilling failures and how we can make it more successful. Yeah.
And related with this also, whether you have some kind of feedback from the potential customers related with your business model. You mentioned something about this, but
currently, like, we are collaborating with different universities at the first stage, because they have the data. They are working on the different kind of data sets in different locations. So we want to learn from them. So we want to collaborate with them and learn from their experience, even because I'm also a PhD student. So we are also working on the conventional method. But we also want to use the AI method, how we can improve, because I'm sure about the conventional method. So I want to improve using AI, like how can I improve my results? So we are at this stage, we are contacting with different universities and professors and postdocs.
And how much they are ready to pay? What kind of business model is acceptable for them?
It's like a, so in this case, if we can enhance the resolution, so it will really reduce their cost for different multiple drilling sites. So if we can propose a very precise model, then it will help them to reduce the drilling sites and drilling cost and the time. So our main focus is to emphasize to use the AI beside the only conventional method.
Who is your customer? Is it a large mining company, exploration company, junior exploration company?
Based on the, like, we are working for the exploration companies, especially for the drilling sites. Only the drilling technical problems they are facing due to the different companies. Like, mostly we want to reduce the technical problems they are facing at the same time.
Thank you very much.
Oh, thank you so much.
Unfortunately, time is over. You can do the thing. Thank you so much. And the next team, MedVision, is smarting sorting system for the recycling industry. Huge applause to Robert Bodinet. I hope I pronounced it correctly.
It's perfect.
Let's wait for the slides. Perfect, 4 minutes.
Thank you. So good afternoon. My name is Robert. I'm a research engineer from the University of Liège in Belgium. I am also co-founder of MadVision, and I don't have the clicker. And I will start this presentation with a figure. Did you know that every year, more than 2 million tons of valuable resources, non-ferrous metals, are shipped away from Europe because it is considered as a waste? Due to the lack of both efficient and affordable sorting technology, these materials are usually shipped out to China to be sorted by hand. Well, my goal today is to convince you that this is about to change with the MadVision sorting technology. Over the years, we've developed a smart sorting solution that combines high-speed sensing, artificial intelligence, and robotic sorting to tackle this kind of problems. Over there, you can see our latest prototype, and down there, the very first industrial integration of our technology that is processing non-ferrous metals as we speak. At MadVision, we'll target the 352 licensed recyclers that all process the same kind of materials and therefore have relatively the same needs. What we'll offer them is simple. In exchange for our sorting technology, we'll collect the price of the system in addition to a yearly license that will ensure them to always run with the most updated software and most updated database. The value for them are the following. By selling separated fractions of materials instead of mixed one, it will increase the value of their final product by up to 600 euro per ton. Secondly, due to the flexibility of our system, being able to run with 1 to up to 18 picking robots, our customer will be able to process up to 15,000 tons of materials every year. And then finally, due to the flexibility of our AI algorithm, any specific requirement that the customer might have will be met. So by targeting a small portion of this huge European market, we're hoping to sell 2 sorting lines per year in a 5-year time. And even though the related costs are pretty significant, around 2 million euros per one system, so will the profit follow. And we're hoping to reach a profit around 1.8 million euro in that time. What makes us different at MadVision is that over the years we've built a very strong expertise in developing custom sensing solutions for the recycling industry. Our technology is a complex mix, requires a complex mix of skills and also several iterations with our industrial partners, which makes it that we are now filling a unique market gap. Because our system combines both a very good sensing capacity with the potential of many sorted outputs. At MadVision, our activity will be aligned with several European SDGs. First, we'll reduce the environmental impact related to the use and production of those non-ferrous metals. For instance, with recycled aluminums, we emit up to 30 times less CO2. And then secondly, by providing a source of secondary raw materials to the local European industries, we will increase their resilience by lowering the need for imports. Our team at MadVision is composed by 4 engineers with complementary backgrounds and a very strong expertise in engineering applied for the recycling. We are being supported by a local incubator and also our industrial partners to help us reach our ambitious goals, which in the coming year are first to expand our team, then launch our first product, and then finally duplicate the existing sorting line at our partner's plant. But more importantly, our ambition is that one day, instead of our waste, it is our smart sorting solution that will be shipped to the other side of the world. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much. Deep breath and 4 minutes for questions. Perfect.
And here's Thibaut, my other co-founder.
Okay. I was wondering whether you target recycling companies having greenfield projects, I mean, building up a new recycling facility, or would you target also recycling companies having already a process in place running Zen robotics or any of those? And my second question is that your system, does it have a certain capacity per hour or day, or can you somehow, tailor the capacity for their needs?
Okay. So regarding the kind of solution that we'll offer, so the greenfield case is where we start from scratch with the sorting line. It will depend on the phasing of the development of our company, because at the beginning, as you could see, the price of this kind of solution is pretty significant. And as a startup, we cannot go knock on the door at people and offer them a 3 million system. So it doesn't really make sense. So we'll start by doing some kind of retrofitting to existing sorting lines and plants, and slowly expanding to these greenfield cases. Yes. And regarding your second question, could you please remind it?
It was about your prototype or the model you are envisioning.
Okay, yeah.
Is it, does it have a limited capacity, or is it flexible?
It's scalable. So we have a common detection system at the beginning of the sorting line, and then we can add as many robots as you want. Well, there is definitely a limitation, but right now with the industrial line that we have been developing, we are running with up to 18 robots. So from 1 to 18 robots, it has been a tested case, so we are pretty confident that it can work. And with 18 robots, the customer is hoping to process 15,000 tons of materials every year. So,
just maybe question whether this overall solution is your in-house development, or you are related with some kind of partners or vendors?
Okay, so we developed the technology as part of a researcher from the university, and we have developed this in close collaboration with industrial partners, with a recycling company in Belgium called Comet. And this has been really insightful because we have been collecting the feedbacks from them, and right now as the sorting line is running, we are still improving our system and making it a better fit for the other customers. And so yes, it's part of a partnership, and they will be part of our of the company as well. So we are pretty proud that they are believing in us and in our future.
And I have the same question as the previous speaker. What are the next steps? Are you seeking for partnerships or money? And if you're seeking for money, what are you going to do with them? I mean, what is the plan of the money utilization?
Okay, so the next steps is first to ensure the services and improvements of the existing sorting line that has been installed at our partners plant. So in the coming year, we will start by, as a service company and slowly expand to more ambitious kind of systems. So we will be looking for fundings for when we will start to sell systems that are complex and requires costly equipment. So we're definitely looking for money for those next steps. But first, we will start as a service company and grow organically.
Any more questions? No? Okay. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Thank you. You can leave the microphone. Don't run with the microphone. Thank you so much. Now I hope you are ready for the next pitch. And we will learn more about, or I will learn more, you probably know, details about geological data, in the mining industry. And I would like to invite MineView and Burak Topku. Okay. Clicker, and we are ready. Here? Perfect. Good luck.
MineView as an idea started from the inside of one customer. And back then myself as a business developer in an exploration company, I was that customer. After hours of desk work, going to field with lots of equipment, papers, computers, tablets, we were having difficulties in the comprehension of the geological data because we were dealing with dozens of different fields in different regions at the same time. Also, decision-making process was difficult for us while revisiting the mines due to the errors about the misinterpretation of the ore body orientation and the geological features. It was always a problem. If you are working with very experienced geologists, you might not face this problem. However, it's not easy to find those people everywhere and every time with reasonable prices. So I decided to work on solving this problem, and MineView comes up as a data importing and viewing software which works with augmented reality glasses. MineView streamlines field operation by overlaying the geological model onto the real-world environment. In return of this service, we are offering an annual subscription package to our customers and with a competitive price. Our customers' budget was 10.5 billion euro worldwide in 2021 for exploration, leading by Canadian and Australian companies, which are also our target markets. I am proud to say we already have a pilot customer in Turkey. We are on an approval stage of an agreement about to do proof of concept studies with them. We are offering a unique way to make data easy to understand regardless level of experiences and saving time up to 70% while doing this. And we are offering enhanced accuracy with our special algorithms for the positioning geological model, so you don't need to buy different hardwares. We are in a competition with other augmented reality technology companies, however none of them is not in the mining and exploration industry yet, but they have a potential to enter the market. However, still we know what mining and exploration is and what they need it in there, and we are not disturbing the current workflow because you don't need to buy different geomodeling softwares, neither you don't need an extensive training sessions. We will provide a seamless integration from exploration to the post-mining activities like the rehabilitation, and either small exploration team or large mining company, it doesn't matter, we are scalable and flexible. Speaking of flexibility and the seamless integration, let's have a look at selective mining operation for a gold mine. If you can decrease the external illusion by 10% by implementing MineView to the operation, we can feed cleaner products to the processing plant and we can reduce the amount of the rock that we excavated. So just imagine we are excavating 3 gigaton rocks for meeting the demand of the gold per year. So just think about the 3 gigaton and the environmental effect related with this. So we started the project in September 2022, and after 1 year, we finalized our business plan so far. And at the end of the first quartile of 2024, we are planning to collect feedbacks from our first MVP and prototyping in September 2024. And we are planning to be on the market at the beginning of January 2025. I am Burak Topçu. As the founder of the MineView, we are expanding our team with the subject matter experts from industry. I'm inviting you to see beyond the surface. I speak so fast. And thank you for listening to me. I think we can do it.
Yes, perfect timing. Thank you so much. So now, as usually, 4 minutes for questions.
What other people are on your team and what are the needs that you have right now?
Our team is experts from industry. They are working in companies which may cause the conflict of interest, so we didn't put the names on there. And one of the experts is the mining and exploration lead in a company, and the other one is a senior software development specialist. And
are they committed to the new company? I mean, are they going to be?
Yes, actually, we are trying to solve this kind of problems because even if they are working now, they have a time according to their agreements. So we are waiting for it.
Thank you. Thank you for the presentation. You mentioned that you have some signed contract with Turkey, but you will start based on the slide from Australia. Why you choose it and what were the parameters?
Okay, our biggest market in Canada and Australian companies. But in Turkey, actually, in the mining terminology, we call Turkey as a Little Asia. So you can find any kind of materials in Turkey, which is a rich thing for us. I'm Turkish, but I live in Germany. I have a lot of contacts in there in terms of business. Actually, the agreement is just developed by a personal contact. This is why it's our starting point for the proof of concept studies. We will prove that our idea is working.
Why Australia?
Why Australia? Because they are the biggest producers of the lithium, for example, and they have a huge history related with the mining, especially gold mining. So we are seeing a big potential in there. This is why.
And just one more question. What are your financial projections for the first 3 years, for example?
Actually,
how many customers and revenues?
Okay. At the beginning of the project, we are planning to have the 80% of the market because it's just a new thing. But as I said, with the competition, our market share will be lower, and actually our biggest cost will be to go to market, like the convincing to customers. So when you combine all of this, we are not expecting profits at least for the 2 years, but after that we are planning to have a revenue.
And number of customers or estimation?
Okay, the potential customer, since we will provide licenses per person, if we consider a geological team out of 10 person, if the 2 person will use it, as the data startup said, there is like 560 mining and exploration companies, the junior mining companies, just multiply by 2.
Same question, are you in a direct competition to access earth and deep waves?
No, we are not in direct competition. Actually, we have a potential to collaborate with them, which is perfect. I just get their LinkedIn profiles, and yeah, I will contact with them.
But seriously, in your competitive assessment, you identified only 2 players here.
Yeah.
So you 3 will share the market.
They are the structured companies for the AR glasses right now. There are also some augmented reality technologies like the tablets, etc. But our focus is the augmented reality glasses. So they are the 2 big companies in the market.
Okay. Good luck.
Thank you.
Thank you so much. This is also the aim of the program and the EIT community, that you can actually, start cooperating with the teams that you compete during the pitch finals. I really hope it will take place. Okay, the last team and the last solution that will be presented, the aim of this innovative solution is to reduce water and energy consumption. And I would like to welcome Keno Ignas from Tube Tailings. Okay, let's wait for your slides. And 4 minutes, good luck.
95%. 95% of everything a mining company produces is waste. It's no exaggeration to say that mining companies produce waste, with the byproduct being metal. Now, this waste is essentially a combination of primarily water, the waste rock the metal was extracted from, some processed chemicals, and residual metal. It's essentially a toxic slurry or mud, and we call this toxic mud tailings. In 2021, over 30 billion tons of tailings was generated. But why is this important? And what are associated problems? But more importantly, how can we turn these problems into a profit? My name is Keno Ignace, a material engineer and recent graduate from the EIT labeled SINREM program. And in the next 3 minutes, I'm going to convince you the severity of those problems and how we will mitigate them. So mining companies cannot operate if they don't store their tailings. And currently, tailings are just being discharged onto the floor inside of engineered facilities that take up a massive amount of space, easily over square kilometers in size. To put this into perspective, 1 square kilometer contains about 100 football fields. So imagine how many habitats are displaced and trees are being cut down to build them. And remember, guys, tailings contain a lot of water, a lot of which is toxic and can go underground and into nearby riverways, which is another problem. So our solution is to manage tailings. In other words, mining companies produce tailings and we manage the tailings, all for €4.5 per ton of tailings managed. Now, the market segmentation, our initial target will be inside of the European Union, which has a market size of approximately 2 billion for tailings management. Within that, our beachhead market will be Sweden, which has a market size of 200 million, and we go starting with Sweden because they're very prone to innovation and they're very high on sustainability. The value that we add to our client is monumental. There's potentials for water saving, decreased mine closure costs, lower land footprint. Remember I told you those 100 football fields? Well, let's bring that down to maybe 40 or 50. Also, RE recovery from the filter cake and resource consumption, reusing, as I've mentioned. So our product works by pumping this tailings into our geotextile tube that contains a porous surface. This allows for the liquid portion of the tailings to be expelled out while we contain the solid portion of the tailings inside of the tubes. These tubes can then be stacked and stored. They can be cut open so we can remine the valuable metal inside of the waste, or they can be used as construction material. We're bringing a circular economy approach to tailings management. So we did some numbers, and after the first year or two, we're definitely profitable, but our key profitability factors here are definitely the cost of the tube units and the cost of the labor to deploy the tubes. But what impact do we really add to society, to the environment? Well, our solution covers 5 of the United Nations SDGs: life below water, life on land, clean water and sanitation, responsible resource consumption, and climate action. And because we add value to the client and the environment, both are scalable. In other words, the more clients we get, the more revenue we generate, which means the more tailings we treated, which means the greater the positive impact on the environment. We do have competitors, some that offer lower cost alternatives than us, but when they offer lower cost alternatives, the value added is also less. Our solution isn't the cheapest, but the value that we add is unsurpassed. There are legal compliances and global industrial standards which force mining companies to treat their tailings, and this is another advantage for us. So our go-to-market strategy is as follows. We finished most of the ideation phase and financial operating strategies. We're currently in talks to do a pilot scale test with a company in northern Sweden, and we're going to license our business within the next month. This is our team. I've introduced myself, and there's also Aitan Seidova, who worked as a geologist at a Swedish copper mine, and we are Tube Tailings. Thank you.
Promise 4 minutes and all on time. What a confidence. Thank you so much. Welcome another team member, and questions.
Thank you. Is this the Corretex of tailings?
Can you repeat, sorry?
Is this the Corretex cloth for tailing management? No, joking. I have a few questions. One is about value proposition. So, value proposition, you come with, which I like, with the very precise, concrete numbers. How have you come up to these numbers? Have you done some sort of a simulation, or how you come up to these concrete numbers? How have you validated the value proposition?
So filtering technologies exist for tailings management. And if it's a filtering technology, you can determine how much water savings you get. For example, when water is discharged onto the floor, that's well documented, you can only recycle about 40% of the water. But for other filtering technologies like vacuum filters and belt filters that exist, those numbers are also in literature. And tube tailings, our tubes, is a type of filtering technology. So I just extrapolated those numbers to get the numbers that we have.
Okay, thank you. The second question relates to your competitive advantage. You had like three of them. One is about the legal compliance, the other was something to do with the standards. I would say that everyone, in this business has to be compliant and follow the standards. So the last is the locking. I understand you are locking in the customer when they have your textile or tubes there. But should that be something more? Should be there something more?
Yeah, there's one more competitive advantage, and that I did not add there. Because there's because there's a shortage on fresh water that's being consumed a lot of clients are looking now to get the water out of their tailings and reuse it. So one of our biggest competitive advantage was the water savings that I mentioned earlier in the value proposition, because they really need to recycle and reuse their water more, as fresh water consumption is a problem. That's a major advantage that we have compared.
Mining companies are very conservative, and they don't want to risk of their running operation. It's very challenging to as a startup to get something piloted with massive volumes. They normally say very interesting. Come back when you have the first customer reference. So how you gonna solve the challenge here?
That's a very great question, and those were some answers that we've even already gotten from some mining companies, because it's a very incumbent industry, so they don't like to move a lot. But as any startup, we just keep trying and we keep contacting. And luckily, we started with, we got a closed mine in northern Sweden that still has tailings on the floor to treat it. So once we complete the pilot there and we can verify it, and with more confidence they can see, hey, we did this, then we can approach those bigger ones. So we always try to start smaller.
What is the estimated time for implementation per customer? And if I saw on the slide correctly, it is average 500,000 per customers. Do you validate it with this with the mines or?
Yeah, so that's depending on the cost of our tube.
It was average.
Yeah, it's pardon?
It was average on the presentation.
Oh yes,
I saw.
yes, it was average there. But yeah, so based on our tube units, we just add an incremental price on this, and this is how we get the average, the price on how we do that. And I can't remember the first part of your question.
How long? What time is needed for implementation?
Yes. I'd say about a year and a half. A year and a half. We just got to get the tube units and stuff, and we're already kind of working on that now. So a year and a half, I think we should be operating.
Thank you so much. Thank you. You can put it there. Thank you. Great. Yes, huge applause. And please stop, because now I think it's time for a huge applause for all the pitches, all the teams that presented your innovative solution. It was really amazing. Thank you once again for your time, jury. As a person involved in and working on daily basis in healthcare, I have to say, and thank you so much, because I learned so much about raw materials, mining industry. So thank you once again. Now you have some time for a coffee break, and it actually starts the exciting time for waiting for final decisions of our jury. So enjoy coffee break, and I invite you for the next sessions. You can select one of the 3 rooms. Thank you once again.
And I invite you to come with me.
Oof. This is the name of one of the team that will be presenting, but also oof because it's our last pitching session for today. I hope you are excited and not exhausted yet. I'm Joanna Broy. I'm representing EIT Health, and today it's really my honor that I will be hosting as I said, the last stream, the last pitch session of Jumpstarter finals, and this session will be dedicated to New European Bauhaus. Welcome everyone, all the invited guests, all the presenting teams. Really congratulations on the journey that you've made in the in Jumpstarter project, and I really can't wait to listen to your pitches. And also I would like to give a warm welcome to our jury members. And today we will have Parta Portales, Communication and Events Manager at EIT Culture and Creativity. We have Alexandra Bulanova, co-founder and CEO of Light Mirror, and Alexander Stamboliev, EIT Community Officer in North Macedonia. Thank you so much. Applause. At this session, we will also have 5 teams that will pitch their innovative solutions, and we will go in the order of Circutech, Let's Shelter, Portalion, Synergy, and Oof Pitch. Before we start, a few organizational aspects. When you join the stage, please more or less stay where I'm staying, and this X sign, as in X Factor. Then take the microphone and the clicker. We will wait for the slides to go on. You will have 4 minutes to pitch. The timer is there. Unfortunately, I'll be very strict with checking the time, and I have to interrupt. Don't take it personally. They forced me to do it. Then you will have 4 minutes for Q&A session, questions from the jury members. If you want that the rest of the team joins you on the stage, feel free to do so. But please keep standing between the lines. Do you have any other questions? Are you ready? Are you stressed? You shouldn't be. It's a great atmosphere. So I would say let's start with the first pitch. And I would like to invite Abu Al-Hassan from Circutech. And Abu will give us a little bit more insight about the solution that they are working on in the field of sustainable water treatment. Okay. Perfect. Let's wait for your slides, and good luck.
Mentioned, and we are Circutech. I'm very proud to present idea because we are actually transforming the way how we treat the water desalination and water purification. We know that recently industries are the #1 consumer of the water. That's why they are spending approximately $75 billion USD for the water desalination and water purification. That's a huge amount. And at Circutech, to address this issue, we have developed a membrane. This membrane is developed from a nanomaterial graphene. And this membrane is way better than the standard membrane which is available in the market as shown in the slide. And at Circutech, we have not only developed this cutting-edge membrane, but we have also developed a nanofluidic technology. So our technology and the membrane, this is making the real-time micropollutants removal enabled. And it's more efficient, more productive. Our nanofluidic technology is not only removing these pollutants, but it's eliminating them. It's not only transforming them from one phase to another phase or absorbing them, but eliminating them. We know that current water desalination and treatment is just a linear regime. It's just a water filtration and desalination, but we have changed this to a circular economy by extracting the minerals from the water, from the wastewater, and we are also going to use them. So we are going to use water and also the minerals from the wastewater. The global market is expected to reach 27 billion USD by the end of 2025. And our product is actually closely aligned with the United Nations Sustainable Development Goals, especially 6, 11, and 12. Circuitech stands high among its competitors just because that we provide desalination efficiency, high treatment productivity, destruction of micropollutants, as I mentioned earlier, and our downtime is really low as compared to our competitors. We are serving two types of the customer, industries and also the governments, municipalities. So for the marketing, our aim is to build a partnership with the existing water desalination and treatment giant companies and to use the media for the advertising and to build relation. Our business model is B2B and B2G. To generate the revenue, we have 3 streams: selling licensing technology, selling membranes and filters, and Circuitech, and providing the Circuitech Connect services. For the traction, we have already run 3 successful pilot projects in 3 different countries, one in Netherlands, Dubai, and in Sweden. And we do have 2 patents under the European Union, and 1 patent is submitted and is in the process of approval, will be approved. And we do have 6 high impact factor articles based on this. Circuitech is powered by this team from nanotechnology, from water desalination, and from the management. We started from water because we want to give the sustainable solutions. That's all. Thank you.
Thank you so much. Very important challenge that you try to tackle. Now we have 4 minutes for a Q&A session. Please also use your microphones. Thank you.
Okay. Congratulations on your idea.
Thank you.
I would like to go back and learn more about your business model, because I don't see the projections and how much you're trying to invoice the companies using or buying your membrane.
We are actually making these membranes. From this membrane is our, the business model, the generation of the revenue is based on the 2 things: selling membranes and our Circuitech services to access licensing, providing the access to access the license, the different companies, to help them to access the license and selling membrane.
So one membrane is between 1,200 and 1,500 euros?
No, not really.
Because that was the only number presented in the presentation.
That's the not price.
Please go back on.
Yeah, sure.
The last one? Yeah. Yeah.
That's not the price of the membrane, actually.
So what is the price of the membrane? Do you know it?
Not really.
And if you can go to the team so I can see once again. So who out of those 4 is in charge for the business development?
Mainly our CEO, Zakaria Labadi. So he is responsible for business development.
Okay, and what are you looking for, funding, partnership?
We are actually not looking for the funding because we were lucky enough to get some funding from the European project and from Dutchland project, some funding for our startup. And right now we are actually looking for the partnership.
To introduce you to the municipalities or to the companies?
Yes, both actually, working with both municipalities and companies.
Any other questions? Okay. There's no other questions. Thank you so much. You can bring it here. The next team will also tackle a very important challenge, this time global housing crisis. Huge welcome to Abel Balin from Lattice Shelter. Let's take the microphone. Let's wait for your slides. And good luck.
Hello, good afternoon for everybody. My name is Abel, co-founder of the Lattice Shelter. Lattice Shelter aims to provide an emergency housing solution for people displaced from their homes due to natural disaster or war conflicts from all over the world. According to the UN, in 2023, more than 100 million people forced to leave their homes. Do you know where is Dabab? Dabab is in Kenya. And there is the biggest refuge camp city with more than 600 residents where generation grows up in difficult living situations. The main strengths of our product are that affordable, easy to transport, quick to set up, and we offer modular housing units with a unique city-shaped design which can adaptable for diverse cultural needs. And the 2.0 version is also be connected with solar panels. Our main customers will be the humanitarian organization, NGOs, defense and the military forces, and the end users, people from the disaster and conflict zones, and healthcare providers. The cost for one Lattice shelter is €1,200. The most commonly used tents by the UNHCR, named Family Tent, takes 3 hours for an expert to set up, and the durability or the living time is just half a year without the modularity. The Lattice shelter needs just 20 minutes to set up without any expertise, and we offer the modularity too. So imagine you are there after a huge environmental disaster and you have to react quickly. What will you choose? Our product that can be set up in just 20 minutes, or the classical tents what you see everywhere in the news? With Lattice shelter you can save time and money because just 2 people need for the setup and without any expertise and in 20 minutes. We also, the durability is 1 more year better than the other solution in the market, so you can save 35% of your costs annually. The first year we will focus to our beachhead market where the local NGOs, humanitarian organizations and defense forces, and by 2025 we will reach the worldwide organizations like UNHCR, UNICEF and Red Cross. So where we are now? We have the first interest from the head of supply at the UNHCR, and they are waiting to test our product from October. We also have a first order from October, and we will make a crowdfunding campaign to make a 10 pieces first serial to test the modularity of our product. And our product will be built in next year, January, and by 2025-2026, we will reach the huge organizations. This is our team. Me and Noura, we are the co-founders. We are architects with a strong background from architecture and design. Kalman is our CTO, who is a mechanical engineer with more than 7 years experience from the field. Gabor is our financial consultant, who is an investment professional with 9 years experience. So we have a team, there is a pain, we have a solution and a great product. And we are going to change the way of thinking about shelters without next generation housing units. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much. Unfortunately, very important solution. Now we have 4 minutes for questions.
Hello, hi. Is it? Yeah. I have 3 questions. So I will tell the 3 and then you can answer. One of them is what type of materials you are using, if they are sustainable or not. If you are using circular economy, or like where are these materials come from? Because as you know, in Africa, for example, plastics are all over the they don't recycle, they don't have that system. Also, if you've done, like, you didn't show it, but a benchmark of similar solutions, and also like the tent obviously is not so expensive when compared to your solution, and the life expectancy of your solution also, like how many years will it last since it is set up in the heat of Africa, if you've done some testing, material testing in regards to that.
Yeah, thank you. So, great questions. The materials what we use, the structure is made by aluminum because it's very durable, and we finally found a fabric for the shelter, which is a composite from UV and waterproof material. And the very important thing, what at the UNHCR they really liked. So if they are wanted changing the tents in a camp, they just drop to the rubbish. But with our solution, you can change inside the frame every time what you want, the fabric of the shelter. And yeah, we already starting testing this fabric. How is it working in very difficult heat situation or something, but we need time, and we are really working on to send it to the big organization to test in the field, and they are waiting because we have several interviews with them.
I have a question about the fundament. Do you need some special preconditions so you can install immediately your tent, or?
Yeah. So we also can give ground screws to the ground, so you can connect it to the ground very rapidly, and just 20 minutes need for 2 people to set up one piece.
That's clear if we have a flat ground fundament, and if it's a bit...
Because we have the movable joints, it can be also working it, okay, not in a hill, but a little bit, not a super flat ground.
Because I'm not sure that you end up in a camp which is super flat, which is excellent for installing your product, but there might be different obstacles on the way. So how you're going to solve those? How you're going to solve this challenge?
We already thinking about, and we have to develop, because when our one-to-one prototype will be ready, we are put into the field and test it. Yeah, this is my answer.
My question is, where are you going to produce?
We already have a partner, a manufacturing partner in our country, and I hope in the next 2 weeks we'll be little bit earlier than I show you in the presentation. Will be build the first prototype.
And you are going to offer something inside also, or you just offer the general?
We offer I think the most important thing, the modularity, so you can join together the living spaces, get bigger and sustainable lives for millions. And yes, inside with the 2.0 or 2.0 idea, we can make also electricity with solar panels.
Okay. I have to stop you now.
Yeah.
Sorry for this. Thank you so much. Big
Thank
applause. And Portalium, the next team, actually focuses on using modern technologies to digitally preserve heritage sites for immersive and educational tourist experience. Very interesting. Welcome, Isabel Alushi.
Thank you very much.
Let's wait for your slides. 4 minutes.
1, 2. That works. Thank you for presenting me. So I'm Isabel. I'm an architect from Portalium. And our project, let's say, because our team is actually called Crearcheo, is focusing on getting the heritage sites and reproducing them in VR to make it accessible for tourists and educators, but also for the normal avid lover of architecture and history. So we are trying to take this technology that you can see almost everywhere. I'm sure that you saw it around here, and make it more catered to the architecture field and to people who are working with preserving the heritage. So the problems that we saw that led us to this project were, first of all, the inaccessibility. So there are people who cannot access the sites. They live across the world. They do not have the financial means to travel. Let's say not everybody can come to Athens and see the Acropolis, and not everyone can go to Rome and see the Colosseum. Furthermore, the destroyed heritage sites, we can see only half of what used to be, and we want to bring that back. So how it used to be 5,000 years ago, what people used to do there. You can do all of this in Unreal Engine and all of these programs in order to provide something that is very connecting and dynamic for the viewer, for the person. And also there are limited tools for tourism at the moment. Our solution, of course, was to provide this through Unreal Engine, and with our expertise in architecture, alongside with software programs, we can provide better quality, we can provide accessibility from anywhere in the world. You only need to have the VR glasses, but we also want to put it into the museums. So people can actually buy a ticket. A part of the funds go to the museum in order to help with the restoration of the sites, and of course a part of that goes to us. It's not only 360 shots, which is what you usually see in YouTube and other sites, so it gives more to this part. And what's the impact? So we have earthquakes, we have wars right now, the war in Ukraine, there are a lot of art and heritage sites that are ruined and that are in danger, so we aim to preserve what is right now there and also to bring back the past. The same thing goes for Turkey. You heard about the earthquakes. There are more than 27 historical sites that are destroyed right now, and Portalium aims to preserve them and to bring them back so that we can have them for study in the future, thinking about the future, but also for the now, people who are studying architecture and more. So the program itself is very interactable. You can track it with your hands. There is engaging info and gameplay. We also have audio and visual from the VR. So it's kind of like an audio guide. It brings everything together in a way. You have the freedom to go all around it, so in comparison to the actual museum experience, it's much better. For the competitors, I believe that until now we have the most positive outlook there because we provide all of these things as I said before. So we are planning to go to the museums, educators, and make it accessible to everybody. Furthermore, I think that in the market right now, we are looking at a surge of tourists after COVID. So we have a lot of people that are visiting these museums and can also use the VR technology. Until now, we have won a couple of first places. We are working with Rome, Italy, Spain, and more in order to provide these services. So this is our team, architects and all, and thank you.
Thank you so much. Perfect timing. Thank you. Time for questions. 4 minutes.
Could you clarify, please, in what stage your project right now?
So right now, we don't really have stages because we can provide the product at any time. We have the prototypes, we have everything. We only need our own time. We are working with different places, so a gallery in Rome. We're working with a couple of architecture offices that have connections to the municipality. We have an ongoing project in Salerno, Italy. We are working with the municipality in order to bring back lost heritage sites, and also with a couple of researchers at a university. So we are looking at the moment, so we have a couple of projects in different places. This is the thing, because it has to be catered to every museum, to every place. So in Salerno, we are looking for investment from the municipality, and we are in talks with them. So it's going to happen sooner or later because they already accepted the project.
Okay, so if you get a funding today, for example, when you can sell your product?
We're collaborating with the municipality, and they can sell it to the museums themselves. So in Salerno, when you go to the museum, you can use the VR. But you can go to the museum in Rome as well, and you can access the site of Salerno through the VR as well. So we are not only looking for funding, but we are also looking for these connections to the museum, because we don't want to be limited to Italy or to Spain. We want to make it more accessible in other European countries as well, and maybe even the world in the future. But yeah, I think also to educators. So we're starting with museums, but I think that in universities this would also be a very good solution, especially for architecture students, but also for others, to access the sites and look at them in real time with very realistic rendering.
Okay. I have a question on scalability. How much time do you need to scan the space and then present it?
We are not scanning the space. We are constructing it in 3D in Blender and then in Unreal Engine, which is a gamification application. So we are architects. We can do everything in 3D. We just need the plans, sections.
Thank you. That's great.
Yeah.
But can you give us some benchmark on how much time you need for this room or for this hotel? So
I can do this room in about 10 minutes.
and this hotel?
And this hotel in about 2 days with my team, because it's a big hotel.
I have the dilemma on the scalability, because you are trying to solve to provide us an access to the global historical spots, and I don't know how you're going to get all the data in order to create them.
Yeah.
Do you need physically to be there, or you're getting
It needs
some?
work. Yeah, of course, I understand what you're saying. It needs work, definitely. We need to have a big team with researchers in the site as well, with anyone that can collaborate with us, but we also have our own expertise. For the Salerno project, it took us 1 week with the Office of Architects and the Chamber of Architects of Salerno. So 1 week to make the palace that was there. So that's one example.
So actually you need to travel globally in order to scan all the objects, or you try to do that through partnership?
We can do it both ways, actually. It's
Do you
very
have
flexible.
any model how you will engage with partners?
Well, this is...
Because then there you need to have a revenue share in order to attract them.
So the way that we engage with them is just by offering the project. If they accept, it's okay. If they don't accept, it's also okay. Like a straight model cannot be made, because there are a lot of opportunities. And if the museums don't want the VR application because of their own needs or the capital interests or whatever, that's fine with us. But who wants to accept this technology and make it useful for education and tourism, that's also a great opportunity for us. And I believe that there are a lot of people that would love to integrate this type of technology in their museums, and yeah, furthermore. It's the future. You can see it all around. Almost everybody has a VR as well. So.
Sorry, but we don't have time for a question. You can do it, maybe discuss it after the session. Thank you so much. And now João Gomes from Synergy redefines the energy landscape. After the mystery introduction, let's learn more about the innovative solution. Let's
Thank you so much.
for the slides. 4 minutes, good luck.
Perfect. So, hello, I'm João, and I'm going to tell you about Synergy. One slide skipped ahead, but I have one question for you dependent on this. What exactly do you associate to this image? What words come to your minds? We can think about sustainability, potentially technology, or even innovation. The options are indeed many, but I do see visual pollution. And it's important to understand that the International Renewable Energy Association states that only 1.3% of the global population has actual true access to solar power in residential solar systems. It's not hard to understand why. I need my own apartments, I need to have the resources, the contacts, and a roof to place the solar panels. And of course, it's important to understand that we also need to provide a solution for this issue. We are Synergy, and we present our first piece of furniture that is actually able to generate, store, utilize the energy that is actually sourced. With our panels that we embed in the rooftops, not of the furniture itself, we actually make use of a technology called dye-sensitized solar cells, in which, through the characteristics of the color, we are able to generate energy and to power our technology. These panels are flexible and fully customizable, and as you can see, as well, transparent. We already have partnerships established on 3 different levels: on the technology level to provide the panels themselves, on the production level to build the actual components and the frames that are made in wood, and the academic partnerships which allowed us to leverage the knowledge and to make these builds more efficient in the end. Here is our prototype. 24 hours of sunlight are actually enough to generate energy that will power 2 different mobile phones fully, and to also power an LED light for 3 hours. Our product can be placed anywhere. It doesn't have to be connected to the power grid. It doesn't need direct sunlight, and this is a key element also for discussion. It's customizable and as well efficient. We are not just one product. We can be an office desk, we can be frames that actually power their own lights, and we can also be public furniture that it's used with the goal of generating energy to be used on site. With regards to our market, we are intrinsically associated to the market of solar energy systems. There's an estimated annual growth of around 15%, as we can see. And even if we take a deeper dive into the specific market of the dye-sensitized solar cells, it's a market that grows at the same pace, and it's expected as well that it has a reach of 270 million within the next 6 years. With regards to our competition, we have the regular panels, the ones that we all know, the silica-derived. They are indeed more efficient price-wise and production of energy-wise because there's an economy of scale around them, but they are not customizable. They become actual wastes at the end of their full usage of time, and they require direct sunlight as well. Then we have 2 other elements, the organic photovoltaic cells and perovskite, which are being researched by these 4 companies at the moment. With no solutions implemented, they are less durable and less efficient. We depend on direct sales as well for our business models through our sales channels, a website that is already established, and we also want to maintain a showroom to upsell our product and develop it further into the other products that we have shown. Synergy democratizes the access to renewable energy. It combines these 3 elements, art, technology, and it addresses the elements of sustainable development. With regards to our roadmap, we can already say that we completed the first stage, research and development, and we are now at the prototyping stage, reason why we are asking for your support here at the moment. Our team is composed by Rita Gomes, senior architect with 10 years of experience, by me. I have a medical background, but I also have an economics background. I'm here as a business developer. And a materials engineer, Gonçalo Coelho. We do have a team of advisors that comprises 2 different research labs that allowed us to develop the panel. You'll see it in a minute. And I invite you also to check our website and Rita on stage for the Q&A. Thank you so much. Here is the panel. It took a lot of effort to bring it in here, but it's intact.
I will definitely contact you if I have to renovate my house. Now we have 4 minutes for questions.
A very small question, if you have thought about the change of hotels as a potential client, and if you can calculate what this hotel would save in energy, for example, by using your solution over time,
Yeah, perfect. 2 great questions. We have indeed considered even these to be in facades of buildings, so they would block part of the light while generating light at the same time. This is one of the potential elements we could integrate this on. With regards to the energy saving, one of these panels will fully pay itself after 20 years. That's how much energy it generates. Of course, it's stated that the length of time that one of these panels lasts is 20 years, but it doesn't become waste at the end of the time, as we could see in here. It's also parts and embedded in the visual elements of the space, and it's also one of the advantages with such panel. Yeah.
How many colors you can have on the window?
We tested 5 different colors at the moment. The most efficient ones are red, actually the ones that you saw in the pictures, and yellow at the time, because this particular technology depends on the components of the color itself. It's not like black, which will generate the most color. If we made it black, of course it could be more efficient, but we are looking only at colors. We tested blue, purple, green, yellow, and red. So these were the 5 colors, and these are the 2 most efficient. Yeah.
Because I see also potential in the market segment when the hotels are trying to replace their windows, and then, but if they're all with intensive colors, then it will jeopardize the view from the rooms.
Yeah, that's really true. Yeah, we are considering this. We didn't think about hotels specifically as one of the customers, but I think we can add that to the list, right? Yeah, we'll do that. Thank you.
Any more questions?
Do you already patent your product, your panel?
So yeah, the companies we are collaborating with, they hold the patents on this, and we already have an agreement for a potential exclusivity contract to commercialize these products in the form that they are being showcased in here. So it's something that is delicate, of course, for us to consider. At the same time, these research labs that we shown and the advisors at the bottom are developing their own panels based on a similar technology, but it's possible to patent it independently. So we are also considering pulling these 3 advisors in to be part of the company at this stage. And yeah, there's the potential for us to hold the patents on a very similar technology.
So are you going to manufacturing within your startup, or you have partnership with others?
So we do have a partnership with G-Cell and Solaronics at the moment. This panel is from G-Cell specifically, and it is being tested in the labs of the 3 advisors that you've seen in here, because we are actually trying to upscale the efficiency of the panels from these companies, and that's the reason why we were able to already hold this panel. We couldn't bring the full prototype, the full table, but I think we brought the most important thing for you to see. It's the panel itself, and we're happy to show you to you as well afterwards. This can also be flexible. We have 2 layers of glass in here, but it can be a totally different shape as well. So even to make facades that are not flat lines. Yeah. So yeah, we have these 2 elements of glass, but again, the panel is within.
So is your partner having sufficient capacity to follow your orders?
Well, at this stage, yes, because we are also not being very demanding with our orders. But we do consider scaling up to an external production site, and we have already talked about this possibility. And there is a verbal agreement at this stage, nothing signed. But I do consider that there's this will as well on everyone's side to move forward with this. Yeah, this has been provided by the partners, free of charge for us to test, to embed in our products. So I think there's this common ground and elements. Also where both these labs are part of the same ecosystem of development. They both are from the University of Porto, embedded in that ecosystem, and we also are alumni. I'm currently, again, a student, PhD. So I have the degree in economics, medicine, and I'm a PhD candidate at the moment. So we're also trying to leverage this technology and the resources that we have. So yeah, thank you so much.
I'm sorry.
I'm sorry that I kept you from talking. Yeah, that's also bad. Oh.
Thank you so much. Sorry for interrupting, but that's my role.
Thank you.
So now time for the last but not least. In OOF, they make the first direct from customer furniture. Huge welcome and applause to Alona Prenkowska.
Thank you so much.
Let's wait for slides, 4 minutes. Good luck.
Hello everyone, my name is Alona Prenkowska, I'm the founder at OOF, and we are the very first direct from consumer furniture, and we call ourselves that because this is where we start. So I'm sure you've all seen pictures like this in real life, and that's because 10.78 million tons of furniture go to waste every single year just within the EU. And only less than 2% gets recycled or remanufactured. And this number, it actually makes me very, very angry, because let's look at this picture. Everything you can see here can be turned into resources. And that's exactly where OOF comes into the play, because we are the very first furniture remanufacturing service accessible to everyone. And it works in 3 simple steps. So step 1 is when our client has an old piece of furniture they want to get rid of. They just open our app, snap a picture of it. We use AI image recognition technology to see what kind of item it is, what kind of value we can recover, and how much in-store credit our client will receive. We will then pick this item up, we will shred it into particles, press those particles into board, and out of that board we'll manufacture something very new that the very same customer can shop for. So that's, ladies and gentlemen, how we close the loop. Hopefully you think that is a smart way to deal with old furniture. Now, why step into this market? First of all, furniture market is huge, been valued at almost $800 billion, but we are not interested in that market just for now. We are interested in much smaller Ukrainian e-commerce furniture market valued at $581 million. And going into this market, we've actually got an edge, because our very first step of customer interaction, when we accept old furniture from them, it's a strategy to acquire customers. And doing so, we will make 562K euro in revenue with 3 streams: selling old furniture as raw material, selling new pieces to new clients, and also providing services of furniture removal to our business clients. With 35% net operating margin, we will make 77K euro in profit within the first 12 months of operations, and we will break even within 7 months of working. So the team that is behind this grand idea is well balanced in terms of skills. I myself am a second-time founder and responsible for everything business related. My partner Yuri has a PhD in wood composites, and is responsible for remanufacturing, while Yaroslav looks after our app and web development processes. So despite being a very young team, we have already laid solid groundwork for our future success. Namely, we established strategic partnerships with furniture remanufacturing companies and also municipal bodies that collect old furniture from people, and have 2 projects, R&D projects on the way for new types of board. With the help from Jumpstarter, we are planning to launch our pilot in Ukraine in 2024, but our vision for our company is so much more grandiose, because we believe that UF will be the world's material innovation hub for consumer goods. I'm sure that since you are all here, we share the same interest in circular economy, so that's why I invite you on this quest with us, because the world deserves its UF moment.
Thank you so much. My question would be, what was the idea behind the name? But you don't have to answer. There are more important people to ask questions. Now, let's put the timer on and have 4 minutes for questions.
One of the questions, I mean, you have a material designer also, but how do you separate materials from furniture that cannot be recycled? Because sometimes plastics are embedded within the wood, right, for example?
Absolutely. So first of all, while launching our service, we will be launching it in steps. So the very first step, we will be accepting furniture that is made from wood and wood-based panels. So that is the first step. Plastics are actually very easy to recycle because there are a lot of companies doing that. Unfortunately, something that requires a lot of thinking is the furniture that is upholstered, just like these chairs. They need a lot of time to separate the materials from the base. But actually, when we are speaking about wood furniture and wood-based panels, it is very easy because the companies remanufacturing this furniture, they have metal detectors in their shredding machines that pull out all the other materials, metal materials, for example, and plastic materials, they can be just pulled out manually because usually they are the larger parts that, for example, circumvent the desk.
Related to this, I have 2 questions, like the manual labor is there, and the difference of buying a cheap furniture within a recycled one is huge. Have you done the market research on this?
Yeah, actually, the manual labor is a very, very tiny percentage in the cost structure of our pieces, because it will be provided by the companies who collect furniture or remanufacture it. So this is not a direct service for us. It is something that is provided by our partners, and it is already included in the price that they give us. So we use that number to calculate the value of the prices we will be selling, and is actually compatible. Of course, we cannot compete right now with IKEA because they are very low-cost furniture, but a little bit up from this, but it's not the value of handmade pieces.
Congratulations. I have a dilemma how the whole system works.
How the whole system works?
Yes. Can you elaborate? So you have the app. I take a picture of my wood product, and what's happening next?
The very next step is that this wood product will be picked up from you, depending, of course, of what kind of wood product it is. If it's a huge wardrobe chest, then we will pick it up from you directly, from your curb. We will bring it to one of our warehouses. In these warehouses, we store all the picked up furniture, which will be then transferred to our remanufacturing facility. In that facility, it all goes to the shredder. It is shredded into particles, and we press out those particles new board.
So how many different facilities are you operating at the moment?
Do you mean how many partners we have?
So I need a clarification on that one, because you said we are bringing in our warehouse and then we move it to another place?
We bring it to our own warehouse, but then it goes to the facility that remanufactures furniture. That's one company.
That's located in Kiev, or?
No, unfortunately for now, our partnership is made between us, UF, and the company called Timberpack. It is located in Romania. So it goes to a Romanian company where they press the board out of this discarded furniture.
So it looks like quite a lot of resources are involved in order to recycle one wood chair. both in time and money. So what is the benefit of the client who is selling that chair, or he's getting something new for that chair?
He is getting store credit from us, and that store credit he can use buy a new chair from us as well. So for example, if you gave us one chair, you will receive 30% of the value of the chair to buy a new desk.
And we have to stop here, I'm sorry. Time is out. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
And that was actually the last presentation for today. Congratulations to all the teams that were presenting. I think you earned really huge applause for the presentation, your courage. Thank you once again to jury members for your time and valuable input to our teams. Also applause. And now it actually starts the exciting time of waiting for the final results. It will be very soon, but before I would like to invite you all for the coffee break and some very interesting keynote speeches and panel sessions. Thank you so much for today.